G'day guys, how you going? Skypilot here. You guessed it. This is something I've been really looking forward to, guys, and yeah, the 18650s do give it away a bit, plus the Rekon FPV. This is of course the, you got it, the HGLRC Rekon 3 Nano. I am really looking forward to getting my teeth into this little ripper. Okay, so we're going to do a quick what's in the box, chuck it on the scales, go through some techs and specs, see what we need to do with Betaflight, get it bound to our radio, and hopefully if it's not too windy and we have time, we'll have a quick fly and see how that VTX looks. You are presented with some nice foam packaging to keep your quad safe during transit. Inside the box you get some durable 2-blade Hurricane. These are the 3016 props with 2 sets. That's pretty cool. A packet of screws for mounting your props. Colour picture of wiring diagrams should you need to wire up your receiver. This will help me out quite considerably, but bear in mind you're going to need a magnifying glass because the pictures are tiny. A QC pass badge. Something about flying safe. Little warning with your 18650s. They're telling you to make sure you stick the positive up at this end. You've also got a green TPU something or other in there. That's actually a plus symbol, so just to remind you the plus goes up the top. And in case you are wondering, the 18650s, they often don't have plus or negative on, but the easiest way to remember is it's a negative for the big flat surface and the smaller surface is always going to be a positive, so that's the way you want to put it in. Some stickers. So dry weight without anything on there is 56 grams. We put on our 18650 plus a few props, or 4 to be exact, and brings up to 106 grams, so it is fairly lightweight. HGLRC 1202.5 motors running at 11600 kV. So that's a new motor for me, so I'll be interested to see how they perform. Flight controller, we have inbuilt Wi-Fi, and you use that using the SpeedyBee app, so you can do some configuring out in the field if you wish to do so. Now, one of the reasons I'm so excited about this is it contains the Zeus Nano, which I've never used before. It's a 350 milliwatt VTX, so it's going to be really good seeing how far we can actually get with this Nano. It's called a long ranger. It's not a freestyle unit. It's not your classic duck, weave, flip, roll and zip around, especially running the 18650. It's more designed for long range. So as you can see, she's fairly tiny, and when you put it next to some other long ranges out on the market, so these are more serious long ranges. I've recently done a video of this Rekon 3 kilometers quite easily, so that was really impressive on an analog setup as well. So it'd be interesting to see how far we get with this, especially with the, looks like we've just got a little linear antenna on the back there. I can see myself upgrading that straight away, which I think is going to give us a lot more range, so stay tuned for that one. 1000 TVL CMOS camera. I've never used one of these before, so I'll be interested to see how well that performs. So getting back to the Zeus Nano VTX through 350 milliwatt, which is pretty impressive on its own, but it has on this VTX a microphone, so you will get audio and video at the same time, which is awesome. Flight times, yeah, they're boasting around 15 minutes. I'll certainly be testing that out with the 18650. I know I've seen a couple of videos where these break, and just giving that a little bit of a wiggle and stretch, it looks like this arm is going to break pretty easily, guys. So if you are going to have a crash, try and, yeah, I don't know, land flat or on the roof, but I don't think that's going to take too much of a beating when you dive to the earth out of control, which hopefully won't happen to me too soon. It's put together fairly well. Plug and play motors, which is really nice in case you have some trouble with your motors, so no soldering required. USB underneath here. I'm pretty sure these extra wires coming out are some courtesy cables for my TBS transmitter, so I'll have a look at that shortly. Looking forward to having a fly this little ripper. Quite popular at the moment, and of course I do have a coupon to save you guys some dollars should you want to grab one of these as well. Let's get the tools out, let's get the crossfire in, let's get the Lion in and hook it up to Betaflight and see what we need to do there before we have a fly. Just the 8 screws to take off the bottom plate there, guys, and there you can see the little Zeus VTX. Have a look at that flight controller. Just a quick tip, guys, if you are installing a TBS receiver in this unit and you have purchased the non-receiver version, you'll need to just take the base off like I have. The top battery compartment can be just moved aside enough to take off this TPU positive plus symbol here, and you can then just get to your soldering points without taking the flight control off. So you need to desolder the yellow, which is your RC, and that needs to be soldered into the RC tab just next to it, and then you solder on another wire into your T2 point, so that makes up your 4 points for your TBS. Okay, that's our 2 cables soldered to their correct points. Let's tidy it all up and put it back together. Let's solder on our TBS receiver, and we're just about done. Okay, so we have some green lights. Let's make sure we can hook up correctly before we start messing around in Betaflight and putting it back together again. So we just need the XF TX light, press that down to bind, select bind, and we should see the flashing green has gone to flashing red. Update micro RX, so we want to go yes. And now we just wait for it to go to 100% and all should be good. 20%, 30%. Okay, 100%. Now it's saying bind, RX loading, don't interrupt. You can see our flashing green light is really flashing now. And binding okay, we are all good to go. And what I do like to do from here is I'll just go back 1 until we locate our devices. And you can see it's popped up down there, the XF Nano RX. So I'm going to select that and just go to our channel map, and I'm going to go down to I'm going to select our general, and I'm going to change this to 12 channels, and then I'm going to go down to channel map, and I like to select channel 8, and I like to make channel 8 my RSSI LQ for my telemetry. Back, and we are done. Let's put it back together and hook it up to Betaflight, go through some settings and put some props on. All done, guys, not too painful. It actually went together really well. I've got the TBS just underneath the back here. It's quite flexible, this bottom plate. So things are certainly fairly well packed inside. Just make sure you don't lose any wires when you're putting it through, and I'll just cable tie the antenna underneath there, and it all fits together really well. So let's hop over to Betaflight. Welcome to Betaflight. Make sure when you first plug in your Rekon 3, things are wiggling around as they should. What you'll need to do is go to your ports, make sure you have, depending on your receiver, I've got TBS Crossfire, as I said, which is attached to UART2, so make sure your serial RX is turned on. So make sure you have your VTX on tramp for soft serial 1, and UART1, the configuration is set aside for your Bluetooth connection to your mobile device. So down to configuration, not much to do here. Just pay attention that motor direction is reversed. D-Shot 600, 180 arming, that's pretty good. 8K, 4K, no need to touch anything here. All you'll need to touch is make sure Crossfire, if you're using Crossfire, is selected. Otherwise, yeah, put on your relevant radio that you have got attached. I haven't touched anything here. Soft serial air mode on, that's all pretty good. I won't be turning my RSSI on at all because I'm using my Crossfire telemetry. No, that's all good. Power and battery, minimum cell voltage. Okay, so we're looking at 4.3 here. 3 for our minimum cell. Maximum cell is 4.35. Warning at 3. I think we can run these Lions down to about 2.8, but not much more than that, I don't think. Failsafe, I don't have any GPS on this yet, so that's coming up, so we won't need to touch anything here. Pitch tuning, I'll be leaving that alone. Just make sure everything is attached as it should be with your radio, and the little picture down below is doing what it should be doing, which it is. We can see our auxiliary 4 is full strength, which is my channel 8 on my nano receiver there. AET 1234, if things are going haywire up here, you may have set your channel map wrong, so check that out. Again, this RSSI is disabled as I'm running it through my Crossfire. Simple modes here, we have our armed, angle, horizon, acro, and I haven't tried the beeper yet, but we'll see if the beeper works. And that is it, guys. Short, sharp and shiny. Video transmitter, it's going to say no until I plug in my line, which I'll do straight away. And we should see that tramp device ready. Turn to yes very shortly. Okay, there we go. We have power now to the unit. So tramp, yes, race band 1. I'll bump this up to maximum of 350 power, 350 milliwatts of power. So race band 1, which is going to run at 5658 frequency. Pretty cool. On-screen display, I won't go through what you need to do here. This is all pretty personal, but let's have a quick move around of things here. I won't waste time worrying about this too much. You guys know where you'd like your little bits and bobs to sit, so that's all really good. We'll just have a look at our warnings. Yep, that's good. No worries. Post-flight stats are always good. I just like to see how long I've been running for. Speed's not going to work. I like to just check out the remaining power supply and how my power supply has been run. I'll do a quick dump of my CLI and save it to a file just in case I need it in the future. And before I leave, what I like to do is I like to just do a quick calibration of the accelerometer once it's on a nice level area facing forward, and I'll do a reset for the axis. Okay, excellent. Good to go, guys. Pretty sure sharp and shiny for Betaflight. It's all really well set up. Let's head back to the workbench. We rely on 18650. It does clip in there quite, it's a snug fit. So you need to make sure when you do pull it out, it's probably easiest coming from the positive side. Just get a fairly good grip on its arms and legs and just pull it out like that. As I said, it's quite tight, which is good because in the event of a crash or something, you don't really want that popping out. So and she pops. It's really windy outside, so unfortunately I cannot take it out at the moment. That's coming up real soon, guys. I will just have a quick start up and hover here so we can check out that VTX. Looks like a really nice unit. I'm really interested to see how far this is actually going to go. I will have a GPS fitted on my flights when I do take it up to the sky as well, and we'll do some battery tests and see how long one of these 18650s actually lasts for. They say about 15 minutes, so it'd be good to see. Looks like a nice unit. Links down below, folks. Drop us a comment. Do you like it? Do you want one? Have you got one? Have you got any advice for anybody who's getting one? See you real soon. Skypilot. Catch you later on, guys. Bye for now. Flies a tree. Doesn't really like the window. See you soon, guys.